Hey friends, it's Crystalline here with your full moon report. The full moon rises in Aries on Thursday, October 5th. I want to invite you to sign up for my 10-day full moon ritual. It's free to participate. The full moon rises on the 5th, but the ritual actually starts on the 2nd. So I want you to take advantage of the 10-day opportunity that every full moon presents. We're going to be doing shadow work and healing for 10 whole days. It's very, very powerful. And the full moon affects everyone. So when you sign up, if you find that you're late starting, like if you're starting after the 2nd, don't worry. Just sign up and start the program on the indicated day. Whatever day you're on, just start on that day. And you can also, if you want to, go back to the beginning because the program will be there and you can just go at your own pace. Now, so we have a full moon in Aries. Aries is ruled by the planet Mars, and the two of them shape our self-concept, our ego, and our approach to life. So right now, the sun is in Libra, which is the sign of relationships, balance, harmony, and integrity. So we're all experiencing some kind of openness and energy around our relationships. The full moon is always opposite the sun. So with the sun being in Libra, the full moon is in Aries. The sun is masculine and draws our energy outward into the material world, and the moon is feminine, and she helps to create balance by drawing our energy inward for healing and restructuring. The two have to work together. So the sun is in Libra, pushing us to find balance and harmony through relationships, and it's urging us to be in integrity, which for me means that there's alignment between the body, mind, and the spirit. The moon in Aries is supporting that agenda by having us look at our self-concept, our ego, and our approach to life. Now, it's really important that during this moon phase, we do two things. We want to first think about what it is we want for ourselves. And the second thing we must do is look at the blockages that are preventing us from from manifesting what it is we want. So if you've been following my blog and my videos, you know that I'm constantly asking you to explore your heart and to dig deep and look at your true desires. Now, I'm not talking about what wants to be imposed by society or your circumstances. You know, if you're in survival mode, I'm not talking about those desires. Those things don't have anything to do with your magnificent heart or the truth of who you really are. Those are the challenges that are meant to be overcome in this lifetime as you're journeying towards self-actualization. Now, I'm talking about the big, true, soul-wrenching desires that are your God-given potential and the real reason for why you are here on earth. These are the desires that really want to come through you. So right now, while the full moon is in the badass sign of Aries, your job is to spend the next 10 to 12 days digging past your own limiting viewpoint of yourself and your view of the world, and to dive deep into the well of your heart and uncover the giant nugget of gold that is actually your greatest potential, your badass self, your badass self. So you're going to be digging through a messy mix of limiting beliefs, feelings of weakness, self-doubt, anxiety, mistrust, fear. You're going to also have to work with old bad habits that you might have let get out of control. And I want you to realize that there's no badass that lets themselves be kept down by circumstances. The thing that makes a badass is their refusal to be held back by the only thing that could destroy them, their own fears and limitations. So this means you're going to have to muddle through all that limiting thinking and all that kind of bad behavior. You're going to have to sort it out. You're going to have to heal it. And you're going to have to put yourself back together with a new foundation of confidence, strength, and a yes, I can attitude. Now look, I'm going to be doing the full moon ritual myself. I do it all the time. Doing the full moon ritual for 10 days is going to take you through the process of uncovering the shadow, meaning your limiting beliefs, your negative thoughts, and your poor behavior choices. Those are the things that are blocking your hearts. We do shadow work during the full moon ritual. By the way, stuffing down your feelings is not dealing with them. It's not dealing with your emotions, my friend. Grinning and bearing something that is bad that's happening to you is only to be done when you're invited for dinner and the stuffing or the turkey is too dry. Don't be authentic then. Grin and bear that. But if your respected friend or your boss has a habit of belittling you, and you actually need to address that from a place of self-respect and authority. You don't have to be rude or arrogant, but you do have to do something about that. So, you know, you're going to have to find the balance between when to be authentic and when not to be. As adults, we're trying to create a beautiful life worth living, but we need to be re-educated about who we are and what we think this world is. Most of us think that we are limited by our circumstances, but we're not. You probably know intellectually that you're not limited, but maybe you're having some difficulty putting the spiritual theories of abundance and manifestation and the law of attraction into work in your life in a really practical way where you can see the fruits of that work. Look, you don't actually have to figure all that stuff out. That's why I created the full moon ritual, so that you can work with me and we can kind of do this together. I also have a whole website full of emotional wellness programs that combine shadow work and coaching that can help you work really deeply on your own issues and get guidance from moi, a professional who knows what the fuck she's talking about. Just saying, all right? I'm good at this stuff. I'm all up in it. So with all that being said, in order to be really badass, you've got to do your shadow work to find out what's holding you back. So we've got the sun in Libra, helping you inventory your life in terms of how you're relating to other people. Now, very often we look at other people and we point the finger at what's wrong with them. We say, oh, she's blah, blah, blah. She should have done, and she didn't do this, and she didn't do that. But we forget that when we point one finger, there are 3 fingers that are pointing back at moi. So all that judgment that we're doing toward another person, that we're directing at another person, is actually coming from our own issues, our own anger, our resentment, and all those things that are not actually truly healed within us. So I want you to kind of remember that the judging that you do, the blaming that you do, is not really about the other person, but it's about you. Between now and October 21st, we're going to be seeing ourselves by examining our relationships with other people. It's essential for us to learn that people are mirrors for ourselves. What we like about another person is a reflection of what is beautiful in us. Likewise, what we disdain. So right now, while the sun is in Libra, relationships can be used to help us see ourselves from a whole new viewpoint, if we let it. I feel like the best way to do this is to be very mindful of how we feel when we are around certain people. The law of attraction is always active and alive in all of our relationships. So look at your circle of friends. Are they thriving, vibrant, positive people who are full of trust and joie de vivre? Or Are your friends kind of cynical, broken, angry? Don't look at their circumstances like money or class or education. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about their attitude toward life. When hard times come, and everybody experiences hard times, are your friends solution-oriented or are they victim-y? Do they see hard times as punishment or opportunity? Do they medicate and suppress their emotions, or do they live full spectrum lives of authenticity? Dr. Martin Luther King, I think, wrote that the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. It's really easy to not be an asshole when life is easy. It's easy. It's how one behaves when the going gets tough that matters. So as you survey your friends and your acquaintances and your posse and your tribe, understand that your feelings about them are reflections of something that's happening inside of you. If you really want to get into this, there's this great video by Greg Braden. There's a link for it on my website. I'm going to put it actually in the ritual. It's super important. So the sun in Libra is going to show you what's going on with you by illuminating the relationships that you have with other people, your boss, your friends, your parents, your children. To illustrate my point, I'm going to tell you about my own story. I was talking to my very best friend, and he's my very best friend in the whole world, and it kind of came out that he thought that I was a failure because I wasn't more financially stable according to his standards. He thought that I should find a job and that I would be able to pay my bills and afford a more luxurious lifestyle instead of building my business, my blog, and my programs. Wow. So look, I was floored because he's a business owner. It takes a lot of time and energy to build a business from the ground up. So this is the person with whom I share my deepest fears, my dreams, my hopes, my challenges. He knows me intimately. I was shocked when I was sharing my disappointments that he was actually keeping track and judging me based on what he termed were my mistakes and failures. So look, only I can judge myself as a failure, and I don't. Nobody else's opinion matters. My best friend, in his conscious mind, knows that I am a tenacious fighter. I love challenges, and I see opportunities and learning around every corner. He knows on a conscious level that every business needs at least 5 years before it hits its stride and can actually start thriving and turning a profit. He knows this. He's a business owner himself. His business, even now, still struggles. So I've only been in my online business for 3 years. I still got time as far as I'm concerned. And on a conscious level, I believe my soul's destiny and my soul's process are worthy. I'm not a quick fix girl. I'm a deep, experienced, full spectrum woman, and I savor and appreciate every aspect of my existence. I am badass, and it's not about ease. It's about full spectrum emotions. You know, I have all of my emotions. I have my sadness. I have my grief. I have my joy, my ecstasy, my bliss, my zen times, my veg out times. I need to be a full spectrum person. I don't need to be one-dimensional. I'm multidimensional. That's what makes life rich to me. So these things, my mistakes are not foolish, you know. I work on my business for 14 hours a day. And the idea that I should get a job, well, that was really quite heartbreaking to hear somebody tell me that, especially my best friend. And we always give one another space to work out our authentic feelings. And we have found that place of healing. He realized that he had been harboring deep fears about his own ability to succeed as a small businessman. He found that he was actually jealous of my passion and my ability to know my life purpose. And yes, he does see me struggle, right? It's not easy being me, okay? I'm a shadow person. I'm a shadow expert. I work with dark emotions in my clients and in myself. But he's watched me working for years, learning, expanding, and yeah, making lots of mistakes. The thing is, I talk about my mistakes like they're stepping stones on the way to greatness, even though they might have me in tears. Blood, sweat, and tears are as valid to me as joy, ecstasy, and success. My heroes are the people who have tenacity and grit, people who overcome the shit to create a better future. I like people who work hard, and don't get me wrong, if you were given things and you are providing me with books and stories and things that help me, God bless you. But look, I like the business people who fucked up 100 times and then nailed it on the 101st. And then they headed on to the next step in their evolution. If they had given up, they may not have known that they could achieve their goal. And we can all achieve our goals. For my friend, looking at me made him see where he plays things very safe. And he's been very comfortable being small in his thinking and safe in his control. By the way, he did not know on a conscious level that he had been harboring these resentful feelings about me. They just kind of came out, you know? And this is what happens when you engage. But we also both learned from the process, you know? I learned, I didn't know that I was a tenacious bulldog. I didn't know that I was going to be the person who would never give up until, like, the sun in Libra illuminated my friend for me. The thing is, I didn't have those same feelings toward him. While he's successful in his business, I don't desire to be like him. Like, this exchange showed me that I must do the thing about which I am passionate. I must trust my vision. I have a big vision. I must trust it. And it doesn't matter how long it takes to get there. I must have it. So with the sun in Libra, there's this great opportunity to let our relationships show us who we are. The full moon in Aries is what we're actually talking about. And this is taking us into learning about ourselves at a deep level. Aries knows what it wants, and it's not afraid to get it. The full moon in Aries is going to show you what's blocking you from getting what you want. So when my best friend was like, hey, Crystalline, get a job, I was like, fuck that. I will never work for someone else, right? So this Aries spirit is coming out at me. It's made me very clear about who I am and what I want. And I'm ready, man. Badass, yeah? So, I guess I also realized that it's this badass spirit that's making me make videos and write blogs and create programs, you know? It's like, yeah, I want to work for other people, but I want to work for myself and serve other people on my terms. I want to give you what I want to give you, you know? And I know what I want. So Aries people are very clear, and they are really, really focused on what's important for them. Aries rules the self-concept, the ego, and your approach to life. So look at yourself, my friend. Where are you blocked in your self-expression? Where are you blocked in your confidence, in your self-esteem, and your belief in your ability to carry out your dreams? Where do you feel like the world does not want what you have to offer? I work with a lot of people who want to write, to be coaches, to teach, but they feel like they're not qualified to lead. I guess because they don't think people want to hear their stories, or they think that like their experience and perspective is not valid and that it's not really worth sharing. And I just say phooey to that. Look, I'm not saying that maybe you don't need a plan. I'm a business person. I believe in business plans. I believe in plans, strategies, education, right? Whatever form your education comes, all those books, read books. That's education. But I'm saying that a piss poor attitude of I'm not good enough and I'm too small and I'm too insignificant, that's kind of really outdated thinking, and it's not going to cut it. It takes a lot of work to build a business and to write a book, but you've got to start somewhere. And this whole thing of not ever starting, it's just lame. Stop it. Don't keep hiding behind the mask of negative self feelings. Not only are you robbing yourself of the joy of doing your sacred life purpose work, but you're also robbing us, your tribe, of the opportunity to benefit from your creativity. I want your contribution. I want your creativity. I need you to be authentic because it empowers me. It gives everybody else around you permission to be themselves. I need you to stop worrying about what other people think so that I can be inspired by your courage. I need you to stop hiding because I know you have at least several good ideas that will remind me of my own magnificence. I am a reflection of you. So get your ass up and dance. Aries is about being seen, being bold, and being badass. The full moon in Aries wants to awaken your badass self. That's your higher self, alive in you. So during the 10-day full moon ritual, we spend the first few days exploring the shadow. Then we heal. Then we invite a new attitude and we practice that new attitude. We work it, we incorporate it into our system. So I want you to join the ritual and ask me about my programs. Look at my website. And I want you to heal your life. And I want you to go for your dream. I want you to see yourself in your greatest potential. And I want to know what you can do. I want you to do it, man. Do it. Okay? I'm going to be your target lady. Your target lady. Yay, you. All right, I'm signing off. Bye for now, my friends. Bye.